It's like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales. Every day they're out there making DuckTales. Tales of daring, do that, and good DuckTales. Danger, watch behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab onto some DuckTales. Every day they're out there making DuckTales. Tales of daring, do that, and good DuckTales. Not ponytails or counting tails, no DuckTales.
Yo, what's goody YTBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing heads around the world? B Marsh with another boxing video. So you already know, man, I'm back at it one more time, man. It's been a while since I found a candidate for the DuckTales Duck Sauce Awards, you know what I mean? Now, you know, the candidate that we have here, #1 nominee lately in 2017 and even going beyond from last year, 2016, is a guy they call Special K, you know what I'm saying? This guy, Special K from Sheffield, UK, you know what I'm saying? This guy named Special K, Kell Brook, man. This guy gets the Duck Sauce Awards, you know what I mean? You know, Kell Brook, man, he's been stalling and he's actually holding the guy Errol Spence up, man. Errol Spence is looking for stardom. Errol Spence is looking to be a IBF champion at 147 welterweight, you know what I mean? But this guy's Kell Brook and Eddie Hearn and them, they holding the man back, and it's wrong, man. It's definitely wrong. That's why I gotta throw this man under the bus, you know what I mean? And you know, this guy has plenty of excuses, man. This guy's making plenty of excuses, and his logic is actually ass backwards, in my opinion, you know what I mean? Okay. Look at this last fight, actually. This is when he's being interviewed after that Triple G fight, you know what I mean? He got his orbital bone broken, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, the guy got in there with a fight that he had actually no chance of winning, you know what I mean? And, you know, some people gave him kudos, gave him big props. They said the man got big balls fighting the man Triple G. Well, I wasn't one of those guys, you know what I'm saying? Actually, if you gave the man Kell Brook props for fighting Triple G at middleweight, being that he's a welterweight, then you got to give Amir Khan props for fighting Canelo. And actually, I didn't. You know what I mean? These were two nonsensical, non-logical fights between Kell Brook and Triple G, and also the Canelo and Amir Khan fight. You know, these are the type of fights that even a genius, a guy who's not a boxing genius, a casual fan, you know what I mean, somebody who's never watched the sport in their life, they could actually make these picks and they'll get them right, you know what I mean? Now, Kell Brook, as far as holding Errol Spence up, you know, he has a lot of excuses, and the main one that I'm hearing from this guy, Kell Brook, is saying that nobody knows who Errol Spence is, you know what I mean? He gives props to Errol Spence and says he's a talented fighter, but nobody knows who he is. And Kell Brook is actually crying and saying that he's looking for that he wants them big fights, you know what I mean? He wants the Keith Thurmans, the Garcias, and Pacquiaos and whatnot. But you know the problem with that, and even Amir Khan and whatnot. The problem with that, Kell Brook, is these guys are occupied. They already have fights lined up, you know what I mean? And you know, a guy like you already know that, you know what I'm saying? What's the point of calling out Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and these guys? You even ducked out on the Jesse Vargas fight. Let's be real. He ducked out on a unification fight, you know what I'm saying, where he probably would have had 2 belts. It's not written in stone he would have beat the man Jesse Vargas, you know what I mean? But Kell Brook, man, it's actually disappointing because, you know, I like the guy, you know what I mean? But if you look at the man's resume, his resume is weak, you know what I'm saying? Who's the toughest guys he's beat? It's only Sean Porter. That's the only marquee name he's beat on his resume, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, when it came time to fight his mandatories, guys like Jojo Dan, Frankie Gavin, Kevin Bizier, he was all up for it, you know what I'm saying? You check it. Why he wanted to take that risk against these guys that he know he can beat for his mandatory. But when it comes to the man Errol Spence, he stalled, you know what I mean? You see, that's what I don't like about these guys in boxing, and he needs to vacate that belt, you know what I mean? He keeps talking about, oh, he wants to fight at 147 for the right fights, for the big money fights. But he's a dummy. Doesn't he know if Kell Brook goes in there with Errol Spence and becomes the first man to beat Errol Spence what kind of stardom that will give him? What's he talking about? People don't know him, man. Errol Spence has the biggest and the best viewership ever on PBC. 6 million views, and that was after that USA basketball game, you know what I mean? The gold medal game between, I think, USA versus Spain in the Olympics, you know what I'm saying? So if the man does so happen to get in there with Errol Spence and he beats him convincingly, like how he did Sean Porter, the first man to beat Sean Porter, you know what I mean? Then, of course, man, you're going to be highly regarded, you know what I'm saying? And you might even be thrown up there in the pound-for-pound list, you know what I mean? And at one point in time, believe you me, this man, Kell Brook, I remember in the Ring magazine, he was in the top 10 pound-for-pound. Why? I don't know. But look at the man's resume. Guys like Shevchenko, what's that American? Carson Jones, he went twice with, he fought twice with, and even Carson Jones almost got him out of there in the first fight, you know? You check it with the, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the man Kell Brook has a lot of boxing to prove, man. And, you know, that's why he gets this DuckTales award, you know what I mean? And the man's talking about basically that he's a big star now. And he's known in the boxing world. He's known in the boxing world for his fight with Triple G, you know what I'm saying? And he said he did a pretty good job on Triple G and he rocked him and everything he did to Triple G that nobody's ever done to him. Well, that all there is false, my friend. All that shit that you said right there is false, you know what I mean? You went in there with Triple G, you had a couple punches on the guy, you know what I'm saying? You had that man, you rocked him with that uppercut, you know what I'm saying? But really and truly, man, that was like the only moments that Kell Brook had in the fight, you know what I mean? The joint went 5 rounds, right? I only gave Kell Brook 1 round. Every other round, he got caught with some body shots. The man didn't want no more parts of the fight, you know what I mean? What if his corner ain't throwing the towel? This guy would have got damaged, you know what I'm saying? And for him to say that what he did to Triple G, nobody else has ever done that in boxing. Well, he must have never looked at that Kasima Uma versus Triple G fight. You know what I'm saying? Kasima Uma was tagging this guy. This man, Kasima Uma, was right in front of Triple G. Wasn't moving, right there in the pocket, slugging it out with the guy, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the man Triple G, like I said, man, I'm sorry, Kell Brook, man, he's making a lot of excuses. And the worst is talking about nobody knows who Errol Spence is. When he fought the man Kevin Bizier and all these guys, you know what I'm saying? And Jojo Dan and Frankie Gavin. Nobody knows who those guys are, but you went for those fights because it wasn't quite a risk, you know what I mean? So, you know, this guy, Errol Spence, he's talking about he only wants them big fights at 147. Otherwise, he'll move up to 154. Well, move. Go to 154 and vacate that belt and let the man Errol Spence fight somebody worthy for him to claim that IBF title that he so desperately needs. And that man is good for boxing because we already knew, and I knew when the man beat Sean Porter, he'd take that belt to England and hold it hostage, and sure enough he did, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's a lot of discrepancies and hypocrisy in the man Kell Brook's statements, you know what I mean? And, you know, he wants a fight with Amir Khan, and, you know, Amir Khan, in my opinion, is ducking him too. You check it, and that's a big major fight, and I'm sure Kell Brook will come down to 147, his regular weight class. Yeah, we all know that the man struggles to make 147. You know what I'm saying? That's why he went up there to 160 to fight Triple G. But I bet you he going to fight the right people for 147, at 147 for the right money, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, all these guys that he wants to fight in big fights, they're not available, you know what I'm saying? Amir Khan, he's available at the moment, but he wants no parts of you. Keep it moving, man. You know what I'm saying? Fight the man Errol Spence and be the first man to beat him. And we'll see what kind of stardom you're going to get from there, man. It's simple. You know what I mean? This guy don't understand that logic, but it's obviously why. Because probably he knows that he cannot beat the man Errol Spence, all right? So let me know in the comment section what you think about this guy, man. And definitely let me know if you think he deserves this DuckTales Duck Sauce Award. Because Lord knows, he's been ducking Errol Spence for the longest, you know what I mean? I even doubt this guy would even fight a guy like Lamar Peterson. So let me know in the comment section what you think about this Duck Sauce recipient. He gets it all day, every day in my book. He ain't trying to fight nobody at 147 unless it's big money fights. He had a chance to unify with the man Jesse Vargas, but he ducked out of that fight so he could fight Triple G. And a lot of people going to say, oh, how he going to duck Jesse Vargas but fight Triple G? Because he got the biggest payday of his life, man. Anybody will take a loss just to get the biggest payday of his life. Look at Amir Khan. He did the same thing with Cannoli, right? So let me know in the comment section what you think about Special K, man. And leave your comments in the comment section. Hit that thumbs up if you like the vid. And if you don't, you could hit the thumbs down. And you're probably going to be a Kell Brook fanboy if you did dislike the video. But it's all good, man. I'm going to still keep coming with him. All right, B Marsh Boxing. I'm going to catch you on the next vid. One.